on the banks of the Great Salt Lake. That's the scene for the Timberwolves. And the incredible growth of Anthony Edwards continues. This team hoping to get him the ball early and often as they get fired up to take on the Jazz. T-Wolves-Jazz. Tip-off just moments away. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Walker Kessler.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Naz Reid, and it's Garza in at the 5. And for Utah, Clarkson the 2 and Markkanen is the 3. Walker Kessler out there with Kenyon Martin, and it's Collier in at the 1. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight, and if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
And he buries his first look.
First bucket of the evening. Now, both teams are really looking to exploit matchups here.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
Reid for 3. Kessler with a rebound. And here are the Jazz. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
Here's Collier. Garza grabs the board, kicks it out to Clarkson. Four on the clock. Over Edwards. From 13 feet, down it goes.
Jordan Clarkson showing the ability to put the ball on the deck and make a play.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Clarkson. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Sacramento. Jacks up a 3. Over to the wing. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Conley. Martin outside. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. From deep. And it's Clarkson missing. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Edwards can't hit. Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Edwards against Clarkson. Now here's Kessler. Defense right on him. Pass to Markkanen. Edwards comes with a double team. For 3, Collier. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. A tough loss coming against the Lakers in their last game played.
They just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. They didn't shoot it well and also didn't get the best of looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Outside Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Utah leading by 4. Pass to Collier. Oh, and Reid with a block.
But give Naz Reid credit. He perfectly timed that block. Wow.
Colin Sexton's checked in for Utah. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. The 3. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Conley. Outside for Sexton. Markkanen with a screen on Conley. For 3, Collier. He drops it from range. Collier's got 8.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Outside Reed. Here's Edwards. Converts on the jumper, an easy 2.
Naz Reid, what a nice find. This guy always has his eyes up and ready to look for options.
Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, BA, when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And let's check in on the rookies making an impact with their passing. Isaiah Collier on top. Keontae George is second.
And both of these guys have come into the league with a bang. The way they've shared the ball and looked to get their teammates involved has been fun to watch.
And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter here. Lets a floater go. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
With that shot in his bag, George doesn't have to get all the way to the rim.
Here's Dillingham. George defending. Reed, good.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Clarkson outside. .102 left to play in the first. Reed with the rebound. Here's Shannon. And they pick up 2.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Clarkson outside. Pass to Collins. Shoots over Reed. Collins, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. And here's Dillingham from the arc. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the inside. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Well, the team has got to be thrilled to see Colin Sexton work the pick and roll game and find the open teammate.
Here's Dillingham. George defending. Reed a screen on George. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Can't get it to drop. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Utah ahead, up by 1. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Jazz.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
George and Sexton in the backcourt. Kenyon Martin is out there with Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. McDaniels hits the jump hook. McDaniels got his first 2 points.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. And here's Dillingham from the arc. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
George feels it out a bit. Pass to Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh. And there's the lob. Tipped. Here's Shannon. The rebound by Filipowski.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
Here's Dillingham. After the basket by Utah. Here's Shannon. He's off on that one. Utah trailing here. Here's Sexton. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
When I think about Colin Sexton, the first couple things that come to mind, speed and confidence. It is what makes him such a good scorer.
That free throw good from Sexton. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge 3rd season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A. And unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
He does not get the second one. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Clock at 6. Here's Dillingham. He's got 6. Another miss by Minnesota.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Back to Markkanen. Down low, Markkanen.
Well, given Markkanen is 7 feet tall, feeding him on the interior is probably a good decision. That's a nice touch by the big man.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Edwards. Over Sexton, and that one's drained from the low block. Edwards has got 6.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. For the Jazz, Clarkson comes in for John Collins, and it's Collier in for George. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier to the middle. Finished off by Kessler.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
Outside Conley. Inside. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. To the paint. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Now here's Edwards. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Conley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Conley's got 5 now.
Well, there's not a little bit of hesitation with Mike Conley. I know he's slight of frame, but he's thinking, I can score it in the painted area.
Markkanen, the pass to Clarkson. The 11-footer, and it's Utah scoring again.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Conley. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
And here's Sexton. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Now here's Edwards. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's Garza. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done from 9 feet. And they get it back. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
With 4 on the clock. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. 10 points for him. No good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Utah ahead, up by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And for that game against the Pelicans, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
Maybe.
Yes.
It took you too long.
Getting to that first half of action from Minnesota, they find themselves in the middle of a tight one.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And Minnesota with possession here. It's a 3-point game. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
On the court for Minnesota. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then there's Naz Reid. Then there's Mike Conley. And it's Garza in at the center position. Edwards against Clarkson. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 12 points in the game.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Here's Collier. The shot from the low post is good. And the Jazz lead by 5. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Outside Reid. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Every aspect of Anthony Edwards' game is on display. This guy has been cooking from the outset.
Pass to Kessler. Edwards against Clarkson. Five on the clock. for three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Looking ahead to their next one, playing at Phoenix. They'll match up against the Suns. And that game will mark the end of a 4-game trip. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game for the tie. And it's good on the layup. He has 7.
Hey, this guy is competitive. He's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Let's see some of the numbers here for Naz Reid.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards, really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
Here's Collier. He's got 10. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And that one's good. Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson is a professional scorer. He is ready to rise and fire on the catch.
Back to Conley. Pass to Garza. Edwards with it. He's covered by Clarkson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
And he drops the first. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And, B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship game.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
That free throw misses.
I think one of the impressive things about the young Walker Kessler is you know what you're going to get night by night. Great shot blocking and consistent rebounding and defense.
He hits the second from the line. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Outside McDaniels. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
And he knocks down the first one.
The reputation for Jaden McDaniels is he's a lockdown defender, and that's cross-positionally. Now he needs to continue to develop offensively.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dillingham comes in for Conley. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Utah's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Garza. Down low. Here's Dillingham. It's rebounded by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Martin, the pass to Sexton. The floater. Alexander Walker grabs a board. Minnesota's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Garza. Reed to screen on Sexton. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Sexton finds Clarkson. Outside Sexton. Pass to Clarkson. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. John Collins comes in for Martin. Kept alive. And here's Dillingham from the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Dillingham's got 9 points.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And let's take a minute for the rookie leaderboard and to look at the top free throw shooters in this rookie class. Keontae George, third.
A skill that works at every level, free throw shooting. And he's been comfortable even under the bright lights of the NBA.
Utah trailing here. 1:21 left in the third quarter. Now Clarkson. He's got 9. Lets it fly. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts.
Well, you've got to be able to be locked and loaded when an opportunity comes to make a shot. And Jordan Clarkson, yeah, he's pretty good at that.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. George defending. Back to Alexander Walker. Over Sexton. The rebound by Filipowski.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
Clarkson passes to Filipowski. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Here's Dillingham. 9 points in the game. Reed a screen on George. Outside Reed. Puts it up from 15. And he gets that one. Reed's got 5 now.
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keying in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. George and Sexton in the backcourt. Filipowski out there with John Collins. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the group for Utah right now. Here's Filipowski. Pass to Sexton. Banked it in off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 2.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
Gobert with a screen on Sexton. Here's Alexander Walker. Soft touch off the glass.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Now here's Collins. Outside Sexton. The three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Checked by Sexton. Pass to Dillingham. Gobert with it. Here's Dillingham. George defending. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Outside Sexton. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Pass to Minot. Here's Shannon. Here's Minot. Shoots over Collins. Minot can't get it to go. Now here's George. Here's Filipowski to the inside. Sexton. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
A line change here for Utah. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He was harping on the number of offensive rebounds that they've given up. He told them they have to recommit to the defensive glass. He said, quote, "We're not walking away with the W if we don't box out." A simple message, guys, but an important one.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Reed. Edwards, a pass to Garza. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
This is something Edwards is getting better and better at, facilitating for his guys.
And here's Clarkson. Pass to Collier. Clarkson outside. Over Edwards. Garza grabs the board.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Collier. Pass to Markkanen. Fires the three. Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
Well, Markkanen accepting more and more responsibility over time. Some leadership right there.
Here's Garza. He's covered by Kessler. Garza passes to Edwards. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Oh, the young gun, Anthony Edwards with the big-time delivery.
Here's Clarkson. And he makes it on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Jordan Clarkson unafraid of the big-time delivery.
Edwards looking for an opening. Over Clarkson. Edwards, no good. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Martin misses. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. Edwards finds Reed. And here's Conley. And a missed layup. The Jazz have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. Here's Clarkson. Oh, he nails it!
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Anthony Edwards has all the skill and attributes to be one of the best in the league. But these are the moments, if you're going to be in that company, you've got to make foul shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 2 here.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
It's stolen by Clarkson. From downtown, it's rebounded by Minnesota. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Reed. Edwards against Markkanen. Fires the three, and again for 3.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
19 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Clarkson against Edwards. Now Clarkson. Markkanen from long range. And there is the triple! A big three-pointer! Now we might... Just yet. They're going to have to take a second look at this one on the replay monitor. This one's over if the original ruling of a basket stands. But we'll see. And no, the basket will not count. This game is over.
Oh, my. Talk about a heartbreaking loss. You just nailed the amazing buzzer beater, and then it's taken away.
And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.